Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quick Break Games, and today we're going to be talking about LEGO Horizon Adventures because we got a couple new articles that give us some brand new details about the game. And if you haven't heard, LEGO Horizon Adventures is a brand new LEGO game being developed by Guerrilla Games and Studio Gobo, and it recently got announced at Summer Games Fest. But anyway, shortly after the reveal at Summer Games Fest, some select individuals or news outlets were able to play a hands-on demo of the game. It looks like they got to play around 30 minutes to an hour, so there's a lot of new details that have come out. So there's two articles we're going to be checking out in this video. One is from the official PlayStation blog, and another one is from GameSpot. Both of these are going to be linked in the description if you want to check them out in full yourself. We're going to be reading most of them here, but we are going to skip around just a little bit. So the first one is PlayStation blog. It's called LEGO Horizon Adventures Hands-On Report. So we're going to skip down just a little bit. It says, immediately the LEGO version of this world looks incredibly authentic with every brick placed in a way that builds the world Horizon fans know and love. Aloy moves through the world in a stop motion style that clicks right into place. So we've definitely seen that in the trailer that's been kind of playing throughout this video. They are going with stop motion, which personally I'm not really a fan of. A lot of the LEGO movies and stuff use this style where it looks kind of choppy. It is what it is, but if you like that, well, you're probably going to like the way this game looks. It says the original voice cast has also returned to retell Aloy's story with a cheeky tone, adding humor and playfulness that keeps familiar plot points fresh and delivers laughs for a wide audience. So that's really cool. This game will have voice acting, and it's all from the original voice cast from, the regular Horizon games on PlayStation 4 and 5. Then it goes into the combat. It says Aloy can use her bow for combat and to help navigate the brick-laden wilds. Holding the square button lets Aloy aim her bow at specific targets. This is made easier by pressing R1 to activate her focus, highlighting major targets in blue. Aloy unleashes powerful attacks by using the environment around her. Shooting an arrow through a bonfire creates a flaming projectile, adding extra damage to enemies or setting grass or vines ablaze to open new routes. That's really cool. The combat sounds like it's going to be a simpler version of what's in the regular Horizon games, but it is cool that you can highlight weak spots and even use, fires to create flaming arrows and stuff like that. That's awesome. This next paragraph is pretty cool. It says, while studs, the LEGO form of currency, are scattered along main paths, more can be found by shooting barrels or other objects. Chests are found exploring off of main paths, and Aloy can discover special piles of bricks. Aloy can craft these bricks into various designs, a sailboat, a doghouse, to earn even more studs. So this sounds very much like traditional LEGO games, so there's going to be studs throughout the environment. You can destroy stuff to get more studs, and of course you can build probably, I'm guessing they're going to be bouncing LEGO objects on the ground that you can then build into different objects, which then gives you more studs. So this sounds very much like a classic TT Games LEGO game so far. But here's where it gets a bit different. So it says a visit to the game's main hub village, Mother's Heart, is a must. A trip to the All-Mother Tree allows Aloy and any co-op companions to upgrade their specific weapons or use studs to purchase upgrades that benefit everyone. This area is also where you can customize costumes or your hut, specifically its roof, yard, plot, and hut color. So this is kind of like the hub of the game, I guess. So you can spend your studs here on upgrades, and it's interesting that it says Aloy and any co-op companions. So far we've seen Varl as the co-op companion, but this kind of makes it sound like there's going to be others throughout the game as well, which is kind of interesting. Continuing on, it says, naturally I dropped some studs on a roof fit with a roller coaster on top. I was even able to lift up and toss village NPCs into a purchased wardrobe, outfitting them with attire from the world of Horizon or other LEGO game properties. So there are going to be customization options that go outside of the world of Horizon. Once in Mother's Heart, I let my couch co-op friend control Aloy as I stepped into the LEGO brick shoes of Varl, her spear-wielding companion. Varl's spear abilities largely operate the same as Aloy's, but we each purchased different ability upgrades at the All-Mother Tree. While exploring, additional temporary upgrades can be bought or dropped by enemies that are specific to different characters. In Varl's case, that came in the form of a powerful spear that allowed for 12 throws before breaking down. If one player loses all their health in co-op, they can be revived by the other player using the triangle button. But be warned, upon being revived, you will drop any of the temporary upgrades you had collected up to that point. So there is a little bit of a penalty to death. Usually in LEGO games, you just die and you lose some studs. Most of the time you can get them all back, but here it seems like you're going to lose some of those temporary upgrades. And it is cool how your co-op partner is going to have most of the same abilities, but it sounds like you're going to have different upgrades for each one, so it keeps each character a little bit fresh. Then the article goes into ability upgrades. It says certain ability upgrades can be used by any character and they come in handy during combat encounters. The Lego Brick Separator unleashes a powerful melee move that can literally take an enemy apart. Dislodging highlighted parts of a machine can sometimes even reward a new weapon. When I unleashed the Lego Brick Separator on a long leg, its severed horns began to spin and I could kick them towards enemies for an additional attack. Jumping over an enemy using the blast boots will set them ablaze. My favorite upgrade was the hot dog cart, a quickly assembled cart complete with a hot dog man who lobs hot dog bombs across the combat field to great and delicious effect. This was invaluable during frenzied or crowded encounters and honestly just made me giddy. So wow, that paragraph just gave us quite a bit of information about the combat of this game. It seems like it goes pretty deep, like you use this brick separator ability and then the separated bricks from the enemy can then be launched at other enemies, so I don't know, it seems like they're putting quite a bit of effort into this combat system, and I'm excited to see more. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in the PlayStation Blog article. Now let's move over to the GameSpot article, which is called LEGO Horizon Adventures Isn't Your Typical LEGO Game. So this article is pretty cool because it's kind of like an interview with the narrative director at Guerrilla Games. It says, "We were determined to make a LEGO game unlike any other LEGO game. James Windler, I think is how you say his name, narrative director at Guerrilla, told me after my hands-on session. From a visual perspective, we wanted to make a statement in the sense that we wanted to create a playable LEGO movie in terms of the visual quality. But one of the things that's really unique about it and very different from other games is that everything you see is made from individual bricks. Every asset could, in theory, be made from physical material LEGO pieces." So he's acting like this is unique, but this actually has been done before. Like games like Lego Worlds, Lego Movie 2 game. I know those aren't the best Lego games, but those games have done the whole thing where everything is made out of Lego, so it's not completely unique, but I don't know if we've seen a Lego game of this caliber kind of do that technique. Alright, let's continue on. It says, "But playing it feels a bit different than classic LEGO games too. Sure, you can smash up some of the environment to collect studs, but not nearly as much as in other LEGO games. And there seemed to be no stud counter demanding you unlock some status such as True Adventure. So that kind of sucks in my opinion. I always like trying to fill that little stud bar at the top of the screen in the LEGO game, so it doesn't seem like they're going to have that in this one. It says, "That's because this isn't really a collectathon like Lego Batman or Lego Star Wars. It is, as Windler says, like playing a Lego movie starring Aloy, Rost, and other stars of Horizon Zero Dawn." Now, personally, I like the whole collectathon nature of the LEGO games. That's a big reason why I like playing them, so this is a little bit disappointing in my opinion, but I guess if you like a more cinematic experience, then maybe LEGO Horizon Adventures is going to be right up your alley. Let's continue. It says, "And I do mean Zero Dawn specifically. LEGO Horizon Adventures reshapes the 2017 game in key ways to be more appealing and appropriate for kids, but without totally reimagining its story. It's not a faithful retelling, and neither is it a parody," explained Windler, who said the game will take players about 7 to 8 hours to complete, though there are elements of replayability to be revealed later. "We wanted to poke fun at the IP, we wanted to use all the self-referential humor that's characteristic of LEGO properties." So there you go, it's going to be about 7 to 8 hours long, not including replayability, so that's a pretty good length to me. "We definitely pushed some of the more complicated and truly dark themes very much into the background. Those ideas are in the game, but they're very subtle," he said. "You know, the story takes place more in the present and is very much focused around the more emotional story of a girl looking for her mother who gets drawn into an adventure with existential stakes." So, of course, it is a LEGO game, so they're toning back the dark themes. That makes perfect sense to me. So then this article goes into more about the combat. It says, "Just as it translates the story and world into bricks and minifigs, one of the coolest parts of my demo was how it transforms the series' weak spot targeting system into a simpler version that less experienced players can grapple with more easily, specifically on the Nintendo Switch's small controllers. A lot of thinking went into that," Windler revealed. "But we also wanted to make sure that we maintain the kind of level of tactical thinking and combat that the fans of the franchise might be used to, too. So even though the control schemes are quite simple, you will recognize mechanics like focusing on the weak spot, but also there's like a complexity. There's a difficulty slider, and if you slide it up, there's a requirement to really kind of engage on a tactical level." So there you go, right there, they confirm there will be some sort of difficulty slider in the game to make it a bit more difficult for maybe fans of the regular Horizon game, so that's really cool. I don't know if we've seen a LEGO game with different difficulties like that before. Says, "In practice, this involves holding the aim button at the machine's parts as they glow a vibrant yellow, just like in the traditional Horizon games, then releasing it to hit the robotic beast in that spot. Players can also sneak around in the tall grass and even kick off wildfires that propagate across the brick-filled landscape, causing chaos and even sometimes solving environmental puzzles. And of course, in 2-player co-op, all of these elements can be doubled, creating a kid-friendly combat system that is still more like an action-adventure game, rather than a traditional LEGO game, which tends to be a button-mashy brawler. In a word, Wendler called LEGO Horizon Adventures combat systems frantic. So there you go, guys. That is all the new information that I wanted to cover right now about LEGO Horizon Adventures. So lots of good stuff here, lots of information about the combat, lots of information about how characters can be upgraded. Pretty cool stuff. I'm definitely going to play the regular Horizon games, I think before this one, at least the first game. And so yeah, let me know if you're excited for this one. It's not exactly like a TT Games LEGO game, but it definitely seems to be taking a lot of similar mechanics into this game and expanding upon them, which is all really cool, and there's a lot to look forward to here. So LEGO Horizon Adventures is going to be coming out later this year on PS5, PC, and even Nintendo Switch, so basically everything but Xbox, unfortunately. So be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.